I was on Twitter the other day and came across a bit of a misunderstanding between Bernardo Kastrup and Salvatore Pais. And while the nature of the beef isn't particularly interesting, this crossover episode was particularly interesting to me because of what I see as an important link between their work. Kastrup advocates for a philosophy called analytical idealism, arguing that the universe is made up of conscious states from an analytical perspective. I highly recommend any and all of his books if you like clear, no-nonsense approaches to the concept of consciousness. One phenomena he explains is dissociation. Basically, if the world is made of consciousness, why is my consciousness separate from yours? He describes these dissociations as whirlpools in consciousness, a phenomena already well explained in fluid mechanics, but, at least from what I've seen, he doesn't have a particular model with respect to quantum fields, how such a whirlpool of consciousness would be more rigorously defined. This is why I was surprised to read that he wasn't particularly interested in Salvatore Pais' work. Salvatore Pais is a Navy engineer who gained notoriety a few years ago with the popularity of his UFO patent, an inaccurate label that he doesn't seem thrilled about, but the label under which most people were exposed to his idea. In short, it involves vibrating and inducing a current through a medium around a vehicle to induce vacuum breakdown, creating a sort of shell around the vehicle that would make it less resistant to acceleration, effectively reducing its inertia, or dissociating its inertial reference frame. Now, to anyone who knows what I'm getting at here, your first thought might be, hey, quantum breakdown requires breaking the Schwinger limit, an insanely high energy density. And that's why Pais' idea has been mostly dismissed, even by people who understand his reasoning. So how could this relate to dissociation of consciousness? Biological organisms emit electromagnetic fields, sure, but they certainly don't break the Schwinger limit. Well, this is where the idea I expressed in a previous video can help. If quantum collapses aren't actually statistical at their core, but deterministic based on their surroundings, the geometry of their effective Rindler horizon, as I previously put it, it's possible that particular patterns of electromagnetic activity could produce an effect that isn't exactly wave function breakdown, but more of a local harmonization between a local collection of particles, effectively dissociating this local collection of particles from the chaos of the surrounding universe that makes collapses otherwise appear unpredictable. In short, that's what I think biology is, a participation in a negentropic principle determining quantum collapses. But back to Pais and Kastrup. Even without my proposal, I think there's a profound relationship between Kastrup's concept of whirlpools of consciousness dissociated from the flow of universal consciousness, and Pais' concept of a vehicle's inertia being dissociated from the reference frames of the rest of the universe, particularly from a Machian perspective of inertia, in which inertia actually comes from a relationship of an object with the rest of the universe. Anyway, leave a comment below if you have any ideas for what physical mechanics could explain the dissociation of consciousness between different conscious beings that Kastrup identifies, or what you think about Salvatore Pais' inertial reduction device patents, or if you think I'm stark raving mad for even trying to compare the two.